Hello students. Today our topic of discussion is low and high pressure sodium vapor lamp. So let us first discuss that what are sodium gas discharge lamps are. Lamp that produces light as a result of an electrical discharge generated between two electrodes in a sodium vapor that is contained in a transparent bulb. Sodium gas discharge lamps can be distinguished in two main groups. Sodium pressure sodium lamps in which the gas pressure is very low, zero point 0.7 Pascal or 7.10 to the power minus 6 atm, that is atmospheric pressure, and high pressure sodium lamps in which the gas pressure is a factor 10,000 to 1 lakh times higher, that is 10 to 100 kilopascal. Because their construction and performance is in many ways different, they are dealt with in two different sections over here. Let us now deal with low pressure sodium vapor lamp. A low pressure sodium vapor lamp or LPSV lamp is termed as a miscellaneous discharge lamp as it possesses some characteristics of high intensity discharge lamps as well as it resembles fluorescent lamps in other areas. Basically, an LPSV lamp is a gas discharge lamp that uses sodium in an excited state to produce light. A typical LPSV lamp is shown in the figure below. So let's discuss about the constructional features of the LPSV lamp. The outer envelope is made from borosilicate glass. The inner surface of the outer glass case is coated with indium oxide. This heat reflective coating of indium oxide allows visible light to pass but reflects infrared radiation black inside the tube, as a result of which both light output and temperature inside the tube increases. There, the arc tube of the LPSV lamp is made of glass and bent in the form of a U shape in order to increase the length of the arc. The arc tube is supported at both ends. The arc tube contains a mixture of metallic sodium and inert gases, argon and neon. How an LPSV lamp actually operates? The basic operation of the LPSV lamp is similar to other gas discharge lamps, in a sense that an arc is passed through a tube containing a metallic vapor. A starting gas is also required, which is generally a mixture of inert gases, argon and neon. The operation is explained step by step in details below. Electric power is given to the lamp and it is energized. The electrodes produce an arc and this arc strikes through the conductive gas and the lamp produces a reddish pink light characteristic of neon. Current flowing through the inert gas mixture of argon and neon generates heat. This heat vaporizes the metallic sodium. With the passage of time, the quantity of sodium in the arc stream increases and this produces the characteristics monochromatic orange color at a wavelength of 489.6 nanometer. For proper operation of LPSV lamp, typical pressure is about 0.005 torr and the temperature range between 250 degree to 270 degree. The luminous efficiency of the LPSV lamp is around 150 to 200 lumens per watt. Its CRI is very poor as it is monochromatic in nature. Its CCT is less than 2000 Kelvin and the average life is around 18,000 burning hours. LPSV lamps are not instant starting and take almost 5 to 10 minutes to come to full glow. Application of LPSV lamps. LPSV lamps are economical to use in road lighting and security lighting, where the color of the object is not important. They are most suitable to use during foggy weathers. Now let's come to the discussion of high pressure sodium lamps or HPS lamps. In 1959, the development of polycrystalline alumina opened a new path to introduce the high pressure sodium vapor lamp. As this material is very rarely affected by high pressure and temperature sodium vapor, The first lamp with 400 watt, 42,000 initial lumens and 6,000 hour life first came in the market in 1965. But afterwards, some improvements made this lamp with 50,000 initial lumens with 24,000 hours at 10 hours per start. We can get a lamp that has 2.4 times the lumens output of its mercury counterpart with same rated lifespan. High pressure sodium lamps, as known as HPS lamps or HPS lights, are type of sodium lamp that is widely used in industrial lighting and many public outdoor areas. They are commonly used in public parking, lots, roadways, and other security areas. A big driver behind their use is their high efficiency, around 100 lumens per watt when measured for photopeak lighting conditions. Some higher power lamps, that is more than 600 watt, can achieve efficiencies of around 150 lumens per watt. It is very difficult to get any material which is free from corrosion in presence of sodium vapor in high temperature and pressure. This is the main difficulty of producing high pressure sodium lamp. This is the diagram of high pressure sodium lamp. It has an inner PCA arc tube that is filled with xenon gas. This xenon gas is used for starting purpose of the lamp as ionization potential of xenon gas is lowest among all other inert gases used for this purpose. In addition to xenon gas, sodium mercury amalgam is present in this arc tube too. In each end, backwound and coated tungsten electrodes are mounted. To seal the tube, monolithic seal is used instead of niobium end cap. The arc tube is inserted into a heat resistance outer bulb. It is supported by an end clamp that is floating. This end clamp permits the entire structure to expand and contract without distorting. The space between the bulb and the bulb is a vacuum space. The space between the tube and the bulb is a vacuum space. This vacuum space is needed to insulate heat from the arc tube because it is necessary to keep the arc tube at required temperature to sustain arc during normal operation. High pressure sodium lamp has very small diameter, 3 to 8 inch. So there is no enough space to provide any starting electrode in the arc tube. So a higher voltage is required to initiate the arc. A ballast with igniter is used for this purpose. High voltage is fed to the lamp from ballast by using the phenomenon of superimposing a low energy high voltage pulse. Generally, a typical pulse has a peak voltage of 2500 volt and it has durability for only 1 microsecond only. This high voltage pulse makes the xenon gas ionized sufficiently. Then it initiates and maintains the xenon arc. The initial arc has sky blue color. Amalgam used in the reservoir formed inside the arc tube. It is in the back of one of the electrodes. It is normally vaporized during lamp operation. As the xenon arc has started, temperature of arc tube is increased, which first vaporizes mercury and the lamp starts glowing with bluish white color. This color represents the effect of the xenon and mercury mixture at excitation. Gradually, the temperature again rises and sodium becomes vaporized, lastly, and becomes excited. A low pressure monochromatic yellow sodium spectrum results. During the period of sodium spectral line becomes at 589 nanometer. With temperature, the sodium pressure increases from 0.02 atmospheric pressure in the monochromatic discharge to over 1 atm in the final steady state. Broad spectrum condition. Also, presence of excited mercury and xenon gives bluish effect to lamp radiation, and finally pleasant golden bright light comes out. These lamps have high luminous efficiency and lifespan is about 24,000 hours. It has excellent lumen maintenance capability. Data of several common high pressure sodium lamps are given in the table. You can pause the screen and look at a glance. Now, low and high pressure sodium lights are found in parking lots and areas where security is important. The lights require up to 10 minutes to start and are best used when they can stay on for hours at a time. There are several differences between low and high pressure sodium lights. Let us compare between them. Low and high pressure sodium lights are found in parking lot areas where security is important, as we have discussed. Now, let us discuss point by point. Energy efficiency. Low pressure sodium lights produce the greatest amount of light percent per watt of energy consumed. High pressure lights are slightly less efficient. The efficiency in lumens per watt for low pressure sodium light is 60 to 150. For high pressure light, it is 50 to 140. Color rendition. High pressure sodium lights have a better color renditions than low pressure sodium lights. The high pressure lights produce a more desirable golden to white light, while the color produced by low pressure lights is yellow to orange. High pressure sodium lights are more popular than low pressure lights because of this significant color difference. Lifetime. The expected lifetime for high pressure sodium lights is longer than low pressure sodium lights. High pressure lights have a life expectancy of 16,000 to 24,000 hours, while low pressure sodium lights should run for 12,000 to 18,000 hours. So this is a discussion about low and high pressure sodium lamps and their differences, construction, operations. So if you have any doubt related to this topic, contact me through email or WhatsApp. Thank you for today's class. Stay tuned for more discharge lamps. Thank you.